welcome everybody. I hope you've been enjoying Spark 2021, our virtual event this week. Today we have a really fantastic session for you. It's our webinar on BRAVIA. So it's called Discover the Secret to Superior Image Quality with the new BRAVIA Professional Displays. And today I am joined by my colleagues, Thomas Issa, who's the head of our corporate solutions, mainly focusing on our TIOS, but you know, part of the corporate solutions is the BRAVIA and all the other products such as projectors and so on for the corporate space. And then we've also got Kautar, who's working in the product marketing side of the BRAVIA team as well. The webinar is going to be about 30 minutes long, and we will have a Q&A at the end. So please ask your questions in the panel. You'll see on the side, there's a question panel. Ask your questions, whatever questions you have, we'll answer them at the end. You can already start answering them, asking them now. They'll just sit there and then I'll get to those at the end and we'll answer them. So now I'm going to hand over to Thomas, who's going to talk to you a little bit about the market in BRAVIA.
Thank you very much, Carl. Indeed, the goal for us today is to give you like a quick review on what we do, the market, and of course, our new model focusing a little bit on the picture quality. And we are very happy to have this session. As it has been said, don't hesitate to put any questions. The goal is really to make sure that you can leave this session with all the information you have. And of course, if you don't have the time, or if we don't have the time to cover everything, we'll be really happy to come back to you by email after that. So if we go to the next slide up. So of course, and as you all know, 2020 has been quite a particular year. There has been some very good things for us at Sony with the launch of new models like the BZ40H, which are really improved in terms of design, in terms of functionalities. We also really not improved, but go one step beyond in terms of strategy. And for our TV tuner model, with the launch of 25 new models during the year, which represented something around 30% of our sales in 2020, which was a very successful step up that gave us also the opportunity to gain good market shares, especially in the corporate segment. 2020 was as well the opportunity for us to launch new functionalities, some which were required since quite some time, like the Apple AirPlay, to allow very easily and smooth mirroring, like in the meeting rooms or in hotel rooms or things like this. DICOM as well for medical, so really to expand a little bit the segment that we target. But obviously, 2020 was also really impacted strongly by the COVID-19, which had a major impact on the market itself, on our customers, of course, on your customers, on yourself, changing quite a lot of things. If we look from a market perspective, 2020 was really tough, especially on the second quarter of the year, the past year, with a major drop, in terms of demand, in terms of sales, with all of us being on lockdowns, with the office being closed, the university being closed, the shop being closed, and it was quite, of course, tough to manage. From a Sony perspective, we still managed to achieve quite a good year in 2020, and we expect to see like the recovery coming more and more, 2021, 2022, to go back into a more normal way of things. Of course, there are still some difficulties as we speak. Some of us, like us in France, for example, are still under lockdown, but we expect a recovery to come in the coming months. When we look from a segment perspective, all the segment has not been impacted the same way. Some we can see now already like a positive impact, like the corporate or the education. This data coming from all media in their last report, of course. The demand is rising for new also a way of working, hybrid class. For corporate, it's to adjust to the new demand between like the home office and the workplace, work office, basically, with more flexibility, requiring like more device, more solutions as well, when we're able to combine on our side BRAVIA with TIOS, for example. And some segments still are quite tough, like the retail, when the shops are like still all closed, the bars, the restaurants, since more than 6 months. We expect to see like a better recovery and things going a little bit back to normal in the second half after the vaccine and everything. But this will take, of course, still some time to move forward. The idea here was really to give you like a short overview on the market between like the COVID-19 impact and our situation in 2020. Now, what I will do is to really let Kautar present you what is going on the Sony side for 2021, which will be like a very strong and positive year for us. And as a reminder, of course, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them on the text side on the right side of your screen.
Thank you so much, Thomas. Thank you. So now that 2020 is behind us, it's a new year and we're a new lineup, but we're also keeping the same promises as usual. As you can see here, we have 3 main promises for our professional BRAVIA displays. It's the fact that we deliver the best of consumer technologies. We deliver the best picture and audio excellence. We deliver high-end design displays, but we also deliver the best of professional technologies with our Bravias being equipped with 24/7 operation, portrait and landscape modes, and mainly we're speaking about the BZ series here. IP built-in professional solutions. We have a powerful professional mode. All our displays have a very low failure rate, which makes them very eco-friendly. And the last one is the best of professional services. So all our Bravia displays are covered by 3 years prime support, included warranty, but there's also the option to add 2 years of extension. They're also natively compatible with Teos, and you can also add accessories to them to make them touch enabled. You can get totems, you get kiosks, and you can also customize these accessories the way you want in terms of color or adding your logo, among many other options. So this slide is to actually introduce the FY21 lineup that we will be launching very soon. And it's actually a transition slide between FY20 models that you can see on the upper half of the screen and the FY21 models that you can see on the bottom half of the screen. So starting from the right, you can see the 2K LCD models. So we're keeping the WF6 throughout FY21. We're keeping the 43-inch, but the 50-inch will not have a successor. The WE6 32-inch will be replaced by W800 32-inch as well. This is the 2K, and this model will be Android. The XH7 series will not have a successor in FY21, but the XH8, all 6 sizes will have a successor that would be X80J, but also the BZ30J series, on which we launched recently the 32-inch. So this will be our very new 32-inch. We're keeping the BZ40H throughout FY21, and BZ35F will have a successor very soon that we will announce soon. The premium LCD models XH9 will have X95J as a successor, but we're losing the 55-inch, so it's just going to be 65 to 85. The OLED models, we have A8 that will be replaced by A80J with a new size coming up that is 77-inch. The AJ9 will be replaced by A90J with the 77-inch replaced by brand new 83-inch. That's the very first 83-inch OLED model in our Bravia series. And the 8K ZH8 will be replaced by Z9J, same sizes, 75 and 85. In terms of timeline and when the models will be coming, you can find here all the details. So it's going to start in May with the OLED models and the 32-inch all the way to September, with the X80J timing to be confirmed later. Going more in depth in the FY21 new lineup, you can see here that as you might have seen, we recently launched the 32-inch and the 100-inch BZ series, making our Bravia Professional lineup one of the widest 4K lineups in the market, going all the way from 32-inch to 100-inch. And in terms of the main specs of each series, you can see here the BZ40J, BZ40H, BZ35F. Those are the BZ series equipped with Android 10, landscape portraits, and all the other details, and the XH8 series as well. And the new functionality here is the XR cognitive processor that will come with the 100-inch, and we're going to see a little more details about that later on in the presentation. In terms of models with tuner, you can see here the main specs going from 2K all the way to 8K with the main functionalities. And the main changes is that the 4K premium OLED models and 8K models will be equipped with the XR cognitive processor that would be on the 100-inch. And the main change would be that these models will not be equipped with Pro mode for FY21. So in terms of design and picture quality, we're going to see the main changes that will happen in FY21 models. And The main enhancements, as usual, as every year we come with new improvements. So the main improvements will be in terms of picture quality with the full RI LED and the new cognitive processor, XR. New design with our BZ series having their logo on the side and very sleek design across all the lineup, and new functionalities such as Android 10 and 5G. In terms of picture quality, so this is not really new to you. The full RI local dimming will be on the 100-inch as it's been on the BZ40H. This allows the displays to deliver deeper blacks and brighter bright areas for the most dynamic pictures. The 100-inch will be equipped with a very high refresh rate. So it's going to be 120 Hertz refresh rate, which allows a very smooth motion across the scenes and the images. And this is also thanks to the XR motion clarity. On the triluminous display, as you know, this actually shows a wider range of shades and tones of color for a more natural true to life picture. And in terms of brightness, as you know, the BZ40 had a brightness of 650 and a peak of 850 nits, and now the 100-inch will have a typical brightness of 600 nits and a peak of brightness of 940, making it the highest in our displays. So most of the models, except for the entry level 2K, are equipped with 4K HDR, which allow them to give exceptional detail, color, and the most immersive picture quality ever. And here, that's when we come to the new XR processor. So it's a cognitive processor that actually uses human perspective to analyze and cross-analyze few thousands of elements at once, and allowing it to create the perfect immersive picture. It's equipped with XR Triluminous Pro, XR 4K upscaling, XR contrast booster, and XR motion clarity. And we're gonna see a little video with all the details of each feature and what it does.
As we explained in the presentation, the cognitive processor XR analyzes images based on various parameters of how humans perceive them. It does more than just face detection. It comprehensively analyzes and optimizes human cognitive characteristics so that the viewer feels that skin tones and facial shadows are natural, and areas that we naturally focus look more real. The X1 processor on the left analyzes images as a whole. Therefore, it can't increase brightness of the hillside drastically because the dark areas will then become brighter unintentionally. On the other hand, the cognitive processor XR can perform optimal processing zone by zone so that it can enhance brightness and colors only for the bright areas. Snow is one of the subjects that is difficult to express well on a TV. The shadows of slightly lighter gray snow in contrast to the white snow show little difference on the video signal. The cognitive processor XR, with the combination of full array LED, can express the splash of powdery snow that viewers will feel is both natural and attractive. By using human cognitive characteristics, the cognitive processor XR can even draw Mars and the asteroid that we can barely see. XR Triluminous Pro can recreate the various shades and tones of red on the surface of Mars. At the same time, XR Contrast Booster and Full Array LED can provide immersive depth by making the asteroid look closer to us than Mars.
So as you could see, with the new XR cognitive processor, we're going to have the best possible image quality. Moving on to the strengths, actually these slides will be presenting, summarizing the strengths of our BZ series. So starting with the BZ40H. In terms of picture quality, the models are equipped with the X1 processor, which improves 3 major elements of picture quality. We have the clarity, vividness of color, and contrast, so they provide the best image quality. In terms of design, with the logo being on the side, it's easier when the displays are in portrait mode, and they also have the flat bottom bezel with the very sleek design overall. The terminal position on the side, so it's easier when the display is easier to reach when the display is mounted on the wall. And they support visual installations, so they have the landscape, portrait, and tilt mode, which makes them very useful in all situations. Moving on to the new 100-inch. So in terms of picture quality, like we just presented, it's equipped with the cognitive processor XR, which makes the image the perfect possible image quality ever. In terms of design, it also comes with a very special design with 4 even side bezels, carrying handle, a cable clumper. It also has the terminal position on the side, so it's easier to reach. And it supports visual installations, just like the rest of the BZ series, with landscape, portrait, and tilt. And finally, the new 32-inch. In terms of pixel quality, it's equipped with the X1 processor, so it has the true luminous for the color, and it has a very good image quality. In terms of design, it also comes with a cable management structure. It's small, sleek, and fits in any environment very easily and very beautifully. And also, it supports special installations, just like the rest of the BZ series: landscape, portrait, and tilt. So in addition to the picture quality and the design, we have enhanced professional features on the FY21 lineup. And as you can see here, we have a new powerful system on chip, and all the new models, including the 100-inch, will be equipped with Android 10, making it easier to boot, making the boot up time faster and animation smoother without any stress, and also increasing the performance of our partners' Android apps and HTML5 content. We have a unified platform across all BZ series, from high end to low end, making it very user and installer friendly. So when the customer or integrator installs the BZ BRAVIA, it's the same. Use the same installation across all the lineup. And wireless connectivity enhancements in terms of Wi-Fi, the 100-inch is equipped with 5G, but it's also equipped with Bluetooth 4.2. Pro mode is the best. It's a good addition on our Pro lineup. So it's actually, this can allows the displays to be adjusted to meet the needs of each segment and meet the needs of your usage. So for instance, for the corporate segment, you have the power scheduling, so you can set up your BRAVIA to automatically turn off after business hours, making it very cost effective and making it very eco-friendly. In hotel usage, you actually have the account expiration, so you can set up the account information like the Google account to expire after power off, so you can protect the privacy of your guests. And for instance, in retail, we also have the power scheduling, so you can actually set up your BRAVIA to work in the working hour. You can actually set it to work in the business hours and fit your business hours. You can actually turn on and off when you need it to, and that can save you so much on the cost. The new, actually not so new features are the mirroring. So we have Apple AirPlay added on all FY21 lineup, as well as Chromecast built in, so you can easily share your screen from your iOS device or Android device into your BRAVIA. I'm gonna leave you with Thomas for the IP control and the rest of the Pro features and closing the seminar.
No problem. So just to highlight some of the remaining professional features that we have inside the BRAVIA, there is of course the IP control, which allows you, as you know, to control remotely any of our devices, meaning to turn them on, off, to change the volume inside the meeting room with the scheduling and everything. What's really important to know is that we work with a lot of companies, of course, to ensure native compatibility, such as Crestron, such as Extron, such as AMX, or TIOS, which is mentioned here. Also, please be aware that one of our strengths and the value that we really focus on is to ensure that we never ever change a protocol, meaning that if you or if some of your customers purchase a BRAVIA, let's say maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago, that you want to replace it, you would just have to remove the BRAVIA from the wall, put a new one, and automatically it will work the same way in terms of controlling. Nothing to change, nothing to code. It's always the same, and we are of course very happy to share with our API with anyone if you want to create a specific control for it. In terms of additional solution, just to mention two of them, the BRAVIA meeting, which is of course a part of the BRAVIA that we sell, which is a meeting room built-in solution just to change a little bit the background of the screen. So to see like the name of the meeting room, to see the specific background, to see some specific information that can be used in order to improve the user experience and the employee experience in the room is improved. And as well, we also have, of course, TOs to do some additional items like the BRAVIA firmware remote updating. And for more information on this one, don't hesitate to watch the other webinar that we have made 2 days ago on TOs if you need more information. That would be a pleasure for us, of course, for you to see it. In terms of additional information, just to share a few of the partnerships that we're working on at the moment, because of course, what we want is really our BRAVIA to be as much useful as possible for you and to work in any specific configuration. So we work a lot of different brands, like for the control and monitoring. We mentioned some of them, like Crestron, like Extron, like Kramer, but also AMX. Inside the video conferencing, Logitech, but we also have some advanced discussion with Cisco, for example. Digital signage with some of them being here, Brightsign, iRevo, Kabob, TDM as well, in order to make sure that you have like a seamless experience when it comes about digital signage working together with our BRAVIA. IPTV as well, so especially for the hospitality system, like Xterity, which is quite advanced today, or Stream, MVI, Video, and so on. This will be our final slide for today before we take, of course, over with your different questions. So just to mention some of the different information and things that you can access, of course, with our BRAVIA offering. One of them being the accessories. So it's very important for us that you, when you purchase a BRAVIA, will be able to use it in the best possible way and to get the best possible experience, not only from a picture and software quality, but also from a design perspective. So we work with a lot of different accessories like front cover in order to apply, for example, the brand identity of a company inside an environment, like the red you can see here, or other colors. Of course, interactivity, which is key for us, and we offer a very wide range of touch overlays using infrared technology, capacitive technology, several touch points, 10, 20, 40, based on demand in order to really customize the experience you and your customer are willing to have. And a lot of different items, of course, such as the kiosks, the totems, the table stands. We have a very nice brochure for this that we can also share with you in order to give you an overview on everything which is available when it comes about the BRAVIA accessories. In terms of service and support, so just to highlight our usual 3 years prime support warranty, which will always come as a standard, and for a very aggressive price, you can access to easily to 2 additional years in order to make it 5, in order to have like a complete peace of mind during the full period of use of a BRAVIA before, of course, you exchange or replace with something else. In terms of solutions, so this is really what we mentioned a couple of minutes ago. When it comes about really like how we can fix our customer issues and challenges in the workplace environment, so especially in terms of corporate markets, what we really promote here is our TOS workplace management solution. I will not speak about it today. We had like a long webinar 2 days ago. If you're interested, please visit the area on Spark or watch the webinar. And of course, we'll be very happy to come back to you if you have any questions related to it. I think this is our last slide for today. So thank you very much, everyone, for attending this session. For us, the idea here was really to give you a short overview on where we are at Sony, our 2020 year, the market, and of course, what we are preparing for 2021. Now it's very easy. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. We'll be very happy to take them. And if not, we will wish you, of course, a very good end of the day and a very good weekend to all of you. So do we have some questions, Carl?
I'm just looking in the platform here. We've got a few questions here. The first one we've got is, do you plan to launch new models this year?
I'm going to take this, Thomas. Actually, we are planning to launch new models, and there will be more information shared on this soon.
Indeed.
Okay, we've got another one here. What is our strategy? What is your strategy for touch interactive panels?
So we actually know that we need to put up with the market. We need to follow the trend and have the touch as well. And for now, we have the touch overlays that can be purchased with our BRAVIAs for that. And we are also discussing the possibility of having touch enabled panels in the future. So we will get back to you when we have more confirmed information about that.
Thank you, Gautar.
We have another question here. What BRAVIA models are compatible with TIOS for digital signage?
I can take this one. So basically, any single Android device that we are selling, so since now, I think 2015, are natively compatible with TIOS. Of course, the newer generation have a better processor, so the experience is getting better and better overall. But every model that you purchase over the 5 past years, which are Android, are natively compatible with TIOS. For other models, you will need to add like a player, Android player, to make it work.
Okay, great. That was all the questions that we had today. So only a few questions. So if you have any other questions, you can always contact us. Any final words, Carter and Thomas, before we end this seminar?
No, really to thank you very much for attending this session. We hope you enjoyed the information. As usual, if you need anything else, please feel free really to ask us. We'll be very happy to provide anything you need in terms of like brochures, data sheets, answer to your questions, and we'll follow up together with you during the coming days. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Kautar, as well.
Thank you. So we have the live chat. We have offline messages. Feel free to message us anytime on this channel, on the BRAVIA channel, and we'll be more than happy to get back to you then.